Welcome back to On the Rise, as Stefan Eustáquio has been linked with a major transfer to join his former manager in Sergio Conceição at AC Milan, one of the most historically biggest sides in world football, looking to bring in a Canadian international midfielder and make a major jump up from the Portuguese league to the Serie A. And a question that has to be asked is Stefan Eustáquio ready? And I truly believe he is ready for a league like Serie A, but I don't think AC Milan is that right club, and there's so many glaring reasons I think why he should stay away from joining AC Milan, and we're going to break it all down, guys, in this video, why AC Milan is not the right club for Stefan Eustáquio. But before we do, guys, drop down below into the comments, let me know your thoughts on if Stefan Eustáquio should join AC Milan, and if you guys enjoy the content. Also smash that like button, guys, it really helps out the video, and hit that sub button, guys, because we're moving forward to 550 subscribers, and all the support is massively appreciated. But we're going to jump straight into the video because Stefan Eustáquio started off the season very slow at FC Porto. Didn't get consistent minutes, wasn't starting under Sergio Conceição, wasn't getting the game time a lot of Canadians would have liked to see. Even Jesse Marsh was looking at it and thinking, should Stefan Eustáquio move away from FC Porto and find a club where he can start consistently on a regular basis and get starting 90 minutes? Because Stefan Eustáquio is a pivotal player and a crucial player to this Canadian national team. But going into the season, moving forward, Stefan Eustáquio was able to work his way back into this FC Porto side under Sergio Conceição and continuing to play great football. And now becoming an important and pivotal player within that midfield three at FC Porto. Becoming that true player that Canadians know and see with the national team, as well as FC Porto fans truly know. And Sergio Conceição brought him back into the fold, was consistently playing him again, and FC Porto were thriving with Stefan Eustáquio at the heart of the midfield. Stefan Eustáquio, ever since that Canada camp against Suriname, has not dropped a match rating lower than a 7, and that is since November. That is truly incredible and just great form to show the consistency levels that Stefan Eustáquio puts out there on a regular basis on the pitch. He is a true consistent footballer when given that chance, when playing well. Stefan Eustáquio thrives when consistent, and he is playing great football for FC Porto. Whether that's in Europe, in the Portuguese league, he does it all the time. And it just screams he's ready for a bigger league. He's ready for a better side. But I don't think Canadians should be jumping all over this with the joy and the excitement over a club like AC Milan. Yes, one of the biggest clubs in world football. Yes, an amazing name, a huge club with a great history. But we got to remember how big of a club FC Porto is as well. In Portugal, FC Porto is a massive club. In European football, FC Porto is a massive club. They're an exciting club, produces lots of talent. And Stefan Eustáquio playing on a regular basis, playing consistent 90 minutes for a side in a decent league, a league that can arguably be in the top 5 conversations at times, needs to be remembered and reconsidered that Stefan Eustáquio is already at a massive club, in a club with always going to challenge for the league against Benfica, against Sporting, and always going to push for titles. And he's going to now get consistent minutes, which is always huge for a big side with pressure, with the want to win trophies, with the want to win and get in European football. Stefan Eustáquio is at the right place and has a great club right now. But the question also has to be asked, can he make that step up to a side like AC Milan, to a Serie A club? And I truly think he can. I think he's ready for it. What we see from Stefan Eustáquio on a regular basis is he's a very technical footballer. He's very good on the ball. His passing is very consistent, and he's very accurate with his passing. But also, his defensive awareness as well as his dribbling is there. And he can play in a very technical league, which is a league like Serie A. Serie A is a very technical league. It's a defensive league, but a very exciting league. And I think he very easily answers the question, can he play in Serie A? But also you have to look at AC Milan. AC Milan is a side right now with incredible midfielding options, but a side with very few midfielding options. You got to look at the heart of their midfield right now. Youssouf Fofana, a French international who's playing great football. Ismail Bennacer, one of the most exciting sixes in world football. Tijani Reinders, a fantastic midfielding option, as well as Yunus Musa, a Canadian international rival, as well as Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who is currently injured at the time of recording. 5 great midfielding options, and right now you have to look, would Stefan Eustáquio start? over any of those three starters in Benacer, Fofana, and Reinders? And the answer is seemingly no. Yes, Stefan Eustáquio has a lot of quality. Yes, he's a great midfielder. Yes, he could easily walk into the Serie A. But playing ahead of those three midfielders is a major ask. They're very underrated midfielders who don't get the talk of the world football, talk of supporters, but they're unbelievable midfielders, especially Reinders and Benacer. Incredible sixes who would be playing in the roles of Stefan Eustáquio. And also, another question that has to be asked is Sergio Conceição. Yes, Sergio Conceição is the manager who brought Stefan Eustáquio to FC Porto. Sergio Conceição is the manager who gave Stefan Eustáquio his chance at FC Porto. Sergio Conceição is the manager who got Stefan Eustáquio playing at his best and consistently at his best in a great side and a very exciting FC Porto team. But has Conceição neglected Stefan Eustáquio at times? Yes. Has he not played Eustáquio at times? Yes. Has he not put him in the best positions at times? Yes. There is a lot of balance there between Sergio Conceição and Stefan Eustáquio. And Conceição can be a very unpredictable manager at times and can change up things, can really turn on an 8-spin and change his decisions and really look back on who he wants. And I think the midfield they already have is absolutely stacked, but is lacking in depth. And I think looking at Sergio Conceição being linked to a player at FC Porto, it makes sense to be linked with Stefan Eustáquio because Stefan Eustáquio would be a very cheap option at FC Porto to bring along and help out the midfield depth, because you're not going to look at a player like Nico Gonzalez or Varela who are going to be more money from FC Porto, a lot more money at FC Porto. But bringing in a 28-year-old Canadian international like Eustáquio makes sense for Conceição. Brings over that culture, brings over that character that knows the system, knows the formation, knows the tactics, knows the manager, and brings over that quality. You see it all the times with managers bringing former players that they coach and that they manage to try to help out their teams and their systems and their tactics. Ten Hag did it with Manchester United. Maurizio Sarri did it with Chelsea. It happens all the times, managers in world football, and getting linked with a former player makes sense for Sergio Conceição, makes sense it's Stefan Eustáquio, makes sense it's in a position of need for AC Milan. Yes, a position of need, but a depth position of need. When they get a few injuries, they're screwed in their midfield. But looking at their depth, it is very much lacking. They only got 5 midfielders for a 3-man midfield for a club who's pushing in whether it's a Super Cup in Italy, whether it's the Serie A, whether it's European football, multiple competitions. You can't be let thin. So it really makes sense why they're looking at Stefan Eustáquio. But do Canadians and does Jesse Marsch and does Stefan Eustáquio want to be a depth option, want to be playing off the bench? We've had Canadians do this, and it doesn't work out. But should Stefan Eustáquio be the first to really try it at a major club, have a Milan derby between Tajon Buchanan and Stefan Eustáquio? I wouldn't be completely against it, but it's not the right move. I think if he joined a different side of in the Serie A, it would be very exciting because of the play style, because of the ability he has, and I think he has proven it. And I think other Serie A clubs might look at Stefan Eustáquio maybe eventually and say there's a bargain pickup right there. A older midfielder, not as particularly old, but on the opposite side of his prime, and is a player who could really suit this league. And I think a lot of sides might start to look at Stefan Eustáquio and say, we could go out and take this player on a cut fee and bring him into the league, especially in January. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think it's a very much a better option than going to AC Milan. Because yes, he can play in the league. Will he start? No. Is he going to start when there's injuries? Yes. Will that happen consistently? No. He would be a depth player at AC Milan and not a starter. We have to remember this. And with Canada going into the Nations League, with Canada going into the Gold Cup, with Canada preparing for 2026, Stefan Eustáquio can't be looked at as a bench player in his club football. Stefan Eustáquio should stay right where he is at FC Porto, at a club which he can call home and play his best football for a huge side in Portugal and a very exciting team. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Stefan Eustáquio joining AC Milan, because I truly think he shouldn't join AC Milan, the Serie A giants. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash the like button, guys. It really helps out the video as well. Hit that sub button, guys, because we're moving closer to 550 subscribers, and I want to continue, guys, to give you guys the best Canadian men's national team football content.